Hey everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you how to make a bifold wallet. You will need two main pieces measuring 9 by 5 inches, and you will also need a 3.5 inch square. And you'll need two pieces for the lining measuring 9 by 4.5 inches. You will also need two long pieces that will be your credit card pockets measuring 5 by 19 inches. You will also need fusible interfacing, which you'll iron on onto the main pieces as well as the 3.5 inch square. And lastly, you'll need a sew-on snap. You can also use velcro as an alternative. First step is to make the tab. So you're going to take your 3.5 inch square, and I've already pressed on the interfacing. And since I'm going to be using a sew-on snap, I want to figure out where I want to stitch that before I sew the tab together. You want to fold your tab in half and try to find the center of that half and measure down about 1 inch from the top and mark it there. Hand stitch the top piece of your sew-on snap. Now fold your tab in half and sew along the long side as well as the top, leaving the bottom raw. You want to stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Clip your corners and turn it inside out. Press it flat and top stitch the 3 sides. This is how it should look. Now put your tab aside and let's put the lining pieces together. You want to place your lining pieces right sides together. Stitch the sides and bottom with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, leaving a 3 inch opening on the bottom. It should look something like this. Now for the pocket pieces. You want to lay your pocket piece right side down, and then you want to fold over wrong sides together about 4 inches. Then you want to press that fold flat. Turn your piece over so that now the right side is facing up. For this step, you're going to use a gift card. Do not use a credit card. Press it flush against the fold that you just made and flip your fabric piece over using the card as a guide. Then you're going to take your iron and press down that fold. Then flip your fabric back and make sure it's about a 1/2 inch from the first fold, and press that fold down as well. Repeat this step until you have 3 pockets and 4 folds in total. Once you've finished making your pockets, you want to turn it over and trim off the excess fabric so that your piece measures 4 by 5 inches. Now take one of your main pieces, which you've already stabilized with fusible interfacing, and place your pocket pieces like so. Make sure your fold is towards the middle. Now stitch along the top and bottom with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. This is what you should have so far. Next, you want to place your tab in the center of one side and pin it down. I'm putting my tab on the left side, but it's more common to have the tab on the right side. Make sure your snap closure is facing down. Now take your second main piece and ignore the snap for now, and just place that on top, right side facing down. Pin and sew the sides and bottom with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, corners, and trim off half of the seam allowance. I also zigzag stitched around the 3 sides, but that's optional. Don't forget to turn it inside out once you're done. Now back to your lining piece. That should still be right sides together. You want to take your main piece, fold it about 1 inch from the bottom, and fit that inside your lining, and pin around the top. Stitch around the top with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now give yourself a pat on the back because that was super annoying to feed through the machine. Now turn your wallet inside out through the opening at the bottom of the lining. Make sure the corners of your main piece are sharp and crisp. And top stitch the lining closed. Tuck your lining back inside and press your lining flat, then top stitch all around the entire opening. All that is left to do now is to attach the bottom piece of your sew-on snap, or attach your velcro if you're using velcro. And you're done. If you try this tutorial, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.